It seems like Rick Derringer has been on the rock and roll scene forever. But actually, it's only been since 1965, which makes him one of the more enduring veterans of his generation. Derringer's work with his band the McCoys in his mid-teens, highlighted by the bubblegum anthem Hang On Sloopy, gave him a claim to low-level rock and roll immortality, and his subsequent playing with Johnny and Lady Edgar Winter provided him with a degree of credibility that a lot of guitar players can only envy, especially after the release of the Edgar Winter live double album, Roadwork. Derringer began getting production experience with the McCoys, but they were never able to overcome their bubblegum rock image, and by the end of the 1960s, Derringer and his brother Randy were recruited by Johnny Winter into his band, with Derringer playing guitar and also producing. He emerged as a solo artist in the wake of his playing with Edgar Winter's White Trash. Derringer first became popular in his own right during the early mid-70s, beginning with a new version of his own rock and roll Hoochie Coo, which Johnny Winter had covered for him a few years earlier, off of Derringer's heavy metal-influenced debut album All American Boy. Derringer soon had his own band called Derringer on the Road, although his guitarist and bassist Danny Johnson and Kenny Aronson left in 1977 to form Axis, and within a couple of years had established himself as a popular favorite. Derringer's recorded history is somewhat spotty, however, as his record sales never matched his favor with concert audiences. A huge gap also existed between releases, which didn't bother him. Even in the late 90s, Derringer played close to 200 shows a year. He spent most of the late 70s and 1980s, however, as a producer, working with artists as diverse as Bette Midler, Kiss, Meatloaf, Cyndi Lauper, Barbra Streisand, and Weird Al Yankovic. Derringer is known for his hard rockin' live shows, which don't necessarily translate well to recordings or lend themselves too much originality, as he neared age 50 in the 1990s. However, he had mellowed, and this showed when he began recording again for Shrapnel Records in 1993 with the albums Back to the Blues and Electro Blues. Years of fair to average rock and adult contemporary albums followed, but in 2002, Derringer did an about-face and tried his hands at jazz with the adventurous Free Ride. You can go to rickderringer.com for tour dates near you. Over the years, Rick has played in ES 355, Les Pauls, a Strat, Steinbergers, BC Riches, and PRS guitars. Paul Smith made some beautiful guitars for him. For his amp, he wanted to create a Rick Derringer style amplifier, so a few years ago he started working with some designers and made some great amps. One of them really stood out, made by VVT, the Hyperdrive. He does not use a whole multitude of pedals, but a few. He uses tight-fit strings, and I have no idea what kind of picks he uses. Sorry. Thanks for watching.